Hey everybody, and welcome to another absolutely fly episode of Checkpoint XP on Campus. I am your host, Norris Howard. By the way, I just want to say off the rip, make sure you guys like and subscribe all the stuff that you get from Checkpoint XP, whether it be on Facebook, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be on Instagram or Twitter. We always got stuff coming out, so make sure you guys check it out. Now, I am always joined by Jacob Brothers out in Las Vegas. Jacob, what's going on?
What's up? And we have some esports to talk about. Some good esports to talk about.
Oh, man. The esports is happening. So, one of the big, ginormous events happening over the weekend, which is perfect timing because I think Overwatch is on a break professionally as well as League of Legends is on a break professionally. There could not be a better time for this Invitational to be happening. The Harrisburg University Invitational, HUE. I don't know if the E like phonetic.
It's Invitational.
Invitational. Okay, I got it. They're having a big invitational coming up this weekend for Overwatch and for League of Legends. And I just wanted, me and Jacob to take some time, give you guys a lay of the land for the who's going to be there, as well as some of the teams to be on the lookout for during the competition. So we are going to start off with League of Legends. Now, League of Legends is a much smaller pool than the Overwatch pool. There's something like a bajillion teams in the Overwatch pool, but here for League of Legends, it is a significantly smaller pool. Now, I want to say that there's going to be some teams that you want to look out for to perform well and some teams that got some stuff to prove. Starting off, obviously, with the two biggest names probably in collegiate esports right now, Harrisburg and Maryville. Now, these two teams, one is the host, the other pretty much has won everything that there is to win when it comes to collegiate League of Legends. They are champions through and through, Maryville, and they're going up against Harrisburg, or hopefully they go up against Harrisburg and giving us the match that we all want to see.
And even then,
but these are two teams. Yeah, will they? But they got to perform. I mean, am I wrong for thinking if neither one of these two teams wins the League of Legends bracket, it's a massive failure?
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah, it's a must-win for both those teams.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree with that. Also, we want you to look out for, there's two representatives coming out of Illinois. There's Illinois and Illinois Wesleyan. They both performed well throughout, brackets like Collegiate Star League and whatnot. So be on the lookout for those teams, as well as Winthrop and Columbia College, which we had a brief conversation with some of the Maryville League of Legends team, and they have said be on the lookout for Columbia College. So that is another team that you're going to have to keep on your radar. Now, the four teams that probably aren't going to perform as well, but if they do, will make a lot of waves. You got two traditional Big Ten schools coming in, Ohio State and University of Michigan. The big schools, man, they don't seem to do it in esports right now. What's going on, Jacob?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that with Overwatch too, but it's these big names have the most to prove, really, because, there's these D1 schools that have always been on top, and now they're really on the bottom for like the first time in their history. And so they really need to start making noise, or even more questions are going to be raised, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And also, we have another representative from the state of Michigan. You have Oakland University. They just announced their full roster for League of Legends. They are a team that's looking to make a lot of waves. First semester as a varsity program. So Oakland University is going to be looking to do a lot of big things at this tournament. But we shift gears to the Crab Nebula brain, Jacob Brothers, for some Overwatch. Jacob, who should we be on the lookout for in Overwatch?
Yeah, and let me tell you, I just recently learned how to use Excel, so if you thought it was a Nebula brain before, bro, Overwatch isn't ready for me, okay? But yeah, there's a bajillion Overwatch teams playing in this tournament, but the teams that have something to show are the names that you know. We have Harrisburg, Maryville, UNLV, Utah, and UT Dallas. Now, out of those schools, I think UT Dallas is one on the hot seat the most. UNLV is a team that has shown that they can win games, but some of their players are better than others, and it's kind of up in the air. But UT Dallas has always gone so far, and they always drop the ball, like DeAndre Swift in Week 1 of the Detroit Lions Chicago Bears game. And Utah will probably make noise, because I'm excited for Utah to go up against Harrisburg and Maryville, because we've seen Cool ABC, we've seen Dog 21, we've seen these just dynamite players kind of get washed against these top teams. So it'll be interesting to see if they've learned and if they've improved. And then as far as teams have something... Oh, yeah, go.
No, I was about to say, well, and we remember in a tournament back in the spring that had UNLV, Utah, and UT Dallas. Pretty much the finals were a rotating mesh of those three teams, of which UT Dallas never won any of them. And so it was one of those types of things where you don't want to see UT Dallas become the NYXL of collegiate Overwatch, essentially, where they get next to the mountaintop and fall off or freeze to death. But also, they have none of these teams in a major bracket have gone up against Harrisburg or Maryville. So I'm interested to see how these teams that are really big fish in smaller ponds go up against the great whites known as Harrisburg and Maryville.
Yeah, hopefully they can at least keep it close. As far as teams have something to prove, similar to what you said for League of Legends, University of Michigan and Ohio State, just big names that have never made a splash, and it's about time they make a splash. Also, University of Akron, because if you remember, in Collegiate Clash, they kind of played 1 week for some reason and never again, ? And I've heard good things about their team, so I want to see them perform. And then same thing for Miami University, a college that I've heard of, but never really seen, heard good things about. So hopefully they can make a splash as well. And then a team that really has something to prove. This might be a little toxic, but Boise State University, to be honest with you, when I saw the list of these teams and they're there, I didn't know why, because when we saw Collegiate Clash, they basically got washed for 8 weeks. And so I don't really understand what they're capable of. Like, if they can win one of these games, that's good for them, to be completely honest. So, I don't know.
No, you're absolutely right. And I think with Boise State in particular is that so much investment has gone into that program. Boise State plays every esport that you could imagine. And yet you never really hear about them, reaching the sort of heights of some of these other schools. And so I'm very interested to see what Boise State is able to do, because you're right. Back in the Collegiate Clash, they came up against superior talent and really, in my opinion, teams that they probably are just as good as, thinking about teams like Colorado and others. They probably should have won a couple of those matches, and they just simply could not pull it out.
Yeah, so they got past the first round maybe twice. Yeah, exactly.
So it's one of those things where I really hope that they can get it together and move forward farther in these brackets. But if you want to see the full listings of every team that is at the Harrisburg Invitational, you could go to hueinvitational.com. That's hueinvitational.com, as well as we are going to have this story up on our website, checkpointxp.com, where you can see a few of our comments from some of the teams that we mentioned here on this topic. Also, if you want to watch 2 days, it's going to be going down September 19th, all day long from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time. So this upcoming Saturday is when it will begin. Same thing for Saturday. It's going to be the grand finals. The full schedule is not out yet for the grand finals day on Sunday, but stay tuned for that. We're going to be putting it out on our social media as soon as we get word, so stay glued. But September 19th, starting at 9 a.m. is when you can start watching the Harrisburg University Invitational.